DC Collectibles bringing Justice League animated series figures to the masses, and the new McFarlane Toys DC figures will soon be upon us. All that in today's DC edition of the TNINews video. So let's jump in. Now, you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. And today's edition is going to be all DC related. I've got some news on DC Collectibles stuff as well as some updates on the McFarlane Toys front. But before we get into all of that, I just wanted to give you a reminder once again, if you haven't already, please consider getting one unwrapped gift that you can donate to the Toys for Tots organization. They are run by the U.S. Marine Corps, and they help families who are less fortunate provide their kids with gifts under the tree come Christmas morning. It's a great organization. I always support it every year. Just this past weekend, me and my buddy, Mr. Logan, you can see in the image here, we got our stuff together and dropped it off at Toys for Tots. And no, Logan is not officially named after Wolverine from the X-Men. He actually came to me with that name. I got him from our local shelter last year. He's a great dog, but he was actually already named Logan. I did think it was a really cool name, but no, I didn't pick the name and base it off of the X-Men Wolverine. But anyway, we made our drop off yesterday. Obviously, you don't have to donate this much in toys, but again, just one unwrapped toy, new toy is all it takes. I'll have a link to their website in the video description below, and you can find local drop off points. You can also just make a monetary donation if you want. You can do that on their website as well. And again, it's a great organization. Okay, so let's get on to the news. And again, all today's news is going to be DC comic related. However, real quick, just while we're on the subject of Toys for Tots, if you live in the Carlisle, Pennsylvania area and you have some time, apparently Hasbro is doing a sale. They have a warehouse out in that area, which actually I didn't know about, but they do. And they're basically clearancing out a bunch of stuff from that warehouse. So I will put a link. Hasbro made a post about it on Facebook with the address to where you would go to actually buy all this stuff. But from what I'm told, they have a lot of stuff and very cheap. I mean, very, very cheap, like $5 Marvel Legend figures, $5 Black Series figures. So if you wanted to pick up some toys to donate for Toys for Tots, and I'm sure for yourself as well, this might be a great place, again, if you live in that area, to go check it out. So the sale is today and tomorrow, so the 16th and the 17th, and it goes from, I believe it's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. I know it lasts until 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, and I believe it starts at 10 in the morning. So, and again, you can check out all the details on the Facebook post from Hasbro in the video description below. They also have, believe it or not, the Omega Supreme, the Transformers Siege Omega Supreme that just came out several months ago. They're selling that bad boy for only $20. The Vintage Collection Jabba Skiff is going for like $10. So a lot of deals to be had there. And, again, if you live in that area and you can get off work or what have you today or tomorrow, I definitely would recommend checking it out. Okay, so let's get into the news. And so we'll start off with DC Collectibles. So this past Friday, they released their latest solicitation information for August 2020. So all this stuff I'm about to talk about is supposed to hit comic and specialty shops next August. So first of all, they officially solicited their deceased figures, their DC Essential deceased figures, which are essentially zombie figures. We saw most of these. In fact, I think we saw all of these on display at New York Comic Con. So they are just repainted versions of their DC Essential figures with blood and stuff so that they look like they're zombies, look like they've risen from the dead. And with that, we're going to be getting a Batman figure. We're going to be getting Aquaman. We're going to be getting a Green Lantern, a Hal Jordan Green Lantern. And this is actually, I don't even think the regular Hal Jordan figure has been released yet. So that one I think should be out by the end of this year or early next year. But they're doing a deceased version of Green Lantern. And then also they're doing the Joker. And if I didn't say it already, they're doing Aquaman. So those are the 4 figures that they solicited this past weekend. They are up for pre-order at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store, and those figures cost $28 each. Now, the other thing they solicited this month are those Justice League 6-inch animated series figures that they originally released as DC Universe streaming service exclusives. So now you'll be able to pick these up if you missed out on, through the streaming service. You'll now be able to pick these up at your local comic or specialty shop next August. These figures also cost $28. They look like they're the exact same release, no additional accessories or anything, which on the one hand, it would have been nice if we'd gotten some additional accessories like Hot Girl's mace. But on the other hand, I kind of figured that would be salt in the wound if you're somebody who actually went through the DC Universe streaming service to get these and then saw that they were turning around re-releasing these with additional accessories. I would be kind of bitter. I'm not so bitter that they're re-releasing them because I think we all pretty much expected sooner or later they would release these to the general public. But if they added additional accessories that you didn't get the first time around, that would definitely be kind of a kick in the nuts if you got it through the streaming service. But as it is, they're doing the entire team, and all of which should be out in August. So we're getting Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, The Flash, John Stewart Green Lantern, and Hawk Girl. And then they also did Aquaman for this line, even though he wasn't technically part of the original team lineup. He appeared in a 2-part episode, but he wasn't part of the original team. But they're doing Aquaman as well for this line. Okay, and then switching over to McFarlane Toys. So, I get this question all the time. When are we going to see McFarlane stuff? When's it going to be out? What are the figures they're doing? What are the first figures they're doing? So, McFarlane still has not officially made any announcement on these. This comes from secondhand information, but seemingly pretty reliable information. And this primarily comes from the Walmart computer system and Walmart website. So these listings are very similar to what we saw back in July. There was a leak list from a UK e-tailer, Toys in the Attic, that had briefly put some figures up for pre-order and then took them down. But the listings that we're seeing here pretty much match up with those. Now, as I'm told, this information was provided to me by an individual who goes by the name of Overlord Dracus. And he told me that it looks like these are going to be broken up into 2 different assortments. So there's going to be a Batman themed assortment, and then there's going to be a general DC themed assortment. Each case should have 6 figures in them. I don't know how the cases will break down exactly, but again, there's going to be an assortment of Batman, all Batman figures, or Batman themed figures, and then there's going to be an assortment of everybody else for the regular DC universe. Now, it looks like they're calling this line DC Multiverse. That's how the Walmart website is listing these. So I don't know 100% if that's what, it will say on the packaging, DC Multiverse, but again, that is how the Walmart website is listing these. And then also it looks like these in fact will be 7-inch scale figures, not 100% confirmed, but this goes along with what we saw back in July, and the Walmart website is listing these figures as 7-inch scale. As for the price, it looks like they're going to cost around $20. Now, it is kind of a weird pricing that they have listed on the website. It's like $19.87. Normally, they round up to $19.99, which is, essentially $20. So I won't say 100% if that's completely accurate, but that is how Walmart is listing them. So we'll have to see what the final price is on these. And then the big question is, when will we start to see these? And according to Dracus, the Walmart computers has an effective date for these actually is yesterday, 12/15, which means conceivably stores could really start getting these in any day now. Now, he did not think stores would start putting these figures out on shelves until January after they do their major reset, towards the beginning or middle of the month. But again, conceivably, stores could start getting these in their storerooms any day now. And of course, if that does happen, then we'll probably start to see these showing up on eBay and what have you. So, conceivably, we might get our first looks at these from eBay, sometime by the end of this month. But again, definitely, it looks like these are going to be out next month. Because McFarlane hadn't made any announcements or anything, we started to wonder if these were going to be delayed. Back when we talked to McFarlane in January, he had indicated that he was definitely hoping to have these figures out by the very first of the month. But being that, they didn't show anything off at San Diego, and then again, they didn't show anything off at New York Comic Con, we were really wondering if maybe the figures had been delayed and weren't going to be out until later in the year. But it does, in fact, look like these initial figures will be out at the very first of the year, and next month in January, and possibly, conceivably, even a little bit earlier than that. But And I also confirmed with an additional source outside of Walmart, a retail source, that indicated that January was actually the rollout date for these. So again, that's really when I would expect to start seeing these. Now, when they will release official images, I have no idea. Why they haven't released official images or information, I don't know. Could be a number of reasons. Could be that by, with the agreement with Mattel, maybe they're not allowed to start promoting these until the first of the month. Technically, Mattel has the DC license until the end of this year, so there might be some red tape that is preventing them from promoting these in any way until, come January 1st. But I don't really know the exact reason, and I don't know when McFarlane will get around to officially announcing these. And based on this latest information, I would say there's probably a good chance we'll see in-hand images for these products before McFarlane actually officially gets around to announcing and showing them off. Now, what are the figures that are going to be released? So for the Batman assortment, it looks like we're going to be getting a modern Batman figure, and then we're going to be getting an armored Hellbat figure. And then the final Batman figure that's coming is based on the animated series. Now, again, these match up with the figures that we saw back in July, the listings that we saw back in July. I really don't understand why we're already getting animated series figures while DC Collectibles is doing their own 6-inch version still. They still have that line going. I kind of felt, I said this back in July when we saw the initial list. I feel like they're jumping the gun on the animated series stuff, and probably should, give DC Collectibles some time to wind that line out before they start doing their own stuff. There seems like there's plenty of other characters and stuff that they could be doing and not having to already tap into the animated series line. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Now for the regular DC Universe stuff, so starting off, we're going to be getting a DC TV figure with Green Arrow, which kind of makes sense since the Green Arrow series is coming to an end. They probably wanted to go in and get that one out right away while the TV series is still on the air, or at least still fresh in people's mind. So it does make sense if they're going to be doing DC TV figures, that's the first one that they do. I don't know which uniform it's going to be based on. It may be the most recent one, but again, I really don't know what uniform it'll be on, but it does look like we're going to be getting an Arrow figure from the DC TV CW universe. Then we're also getting a Superman animated series figure, so that'll be our second animated series figure that we're getting. We're getting a modern Superman figure, so a lot of Batman, a lot of Superman. This is a mass retail line, so it's not surprising that they're packing it full with the most notable characters. And then we're getting an armored Superman Unchained figure. So that's how it's listed on the Walmart website. And then the final figure, and this is the only figure that's not actually listed on the Walmart website currently, at least as I'm filming this video. At least I didn't see it. And that's the movie Harley Quinn figure from the upcoming movie. They are doing Harley Quinn to tie in with that. And all these, there's UPC numbers, SKU numbers available. I'll put a link to our story about this on Toy News Eye, and you can actually check out the direct links to the Walmart website for each of these figures, again, except for the Harley Quinn figure. There's no images. They're not actually available for purchase. It's very basic information, just the listing and such. But again, they are actually listed up there on the Walmart website. Now, one thing I do want to note here is that there are 3 figures that were listed back in July from the UK list, and those were like deluxe figures that had what was named Batmobile Build-A-Pieces. So there was 3 figures, and each one had a piece, and you combine them, the 3 pieces, and it would form a Batmobile. And this was not in scale. This was not a Batmobile. It wasn't meant to be a Batmobile that would be in scale with the 7-inch figures. It was just, if you wanted essentially a replica toy of the Batmobile, they were allowing you to do it with these 3 figures. And the 3 figures were Nightwing, Batgirl, and the Batman Who Laughs. Now, those figures have not shown up in the Walmart system, I'm told, so I don't know what's going on with those. I don't know if those got scrapped, or if maybe those are some type of online exclusive, or online / specialty store exclusive, maybe because they probably have bigger packaging and stuff and take up more shelf space with the Batmobile pieces. It might be they're only making those available to comic and specialty stores and online e-tailers. But again, I don't have any additional details other than those were on the list back in July, and we don't have any further indication of those right now. So just wanted to note that. But definitely, again, looks like next month, if not sooner, we're going to start seeing this product on shelves. probably hitting eBay and all that good stuff as well. My guess is if I was a bet man, I'd say probably our first look at these is quite possibly going to come from eBay, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything we talked about. What are you looking forward to? Do you think that, McFarlane's going to be able to do DC comic figures justice? Are you excited for the line? Let me know in the comments section below. And that's it for today. So as always, leave a comment on everything we talked about. Follow me here, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. If you haven't already, please, consider picking up a toy so that you can donate to Toys for Tots. Again, a link to their website is in the video description below. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.